Yo, what's going on, everyone? Miles Midoriya here with the review of All American Homecoming Season 2, Episode 7. Damon and everyone are getting ready for a baseball game that'll be broadcasting on TV. A sports network wants to pay Brinson $100K to play against Georgia Valley University on TV. Marcus and Jesse are having a meeting with Amara about it. They're saying that they can earn some money from it and they can showcase what HBCUs have to offer. And she said, money aside, she's glad that they're both in support of it. Once the team got informed about who they would be going against, they was a little down. They didn't want to embarrass themselves because that team's been winning lately. Damon started to encourage them, telling them to believe in their skills and that if they want to be the best, they got to play the best. JR chimed in and said if they don't believe in themselves, then what's the point? After that, everyone got all hyped, and both of them are right. The only way they're going to get better is to play teams better than them, and that's how they'll grow and believe in themselves. While Damon was with Thea, he ran into his ex named Nessa. They kind of threw me off because I was like, oh wait, they brought somebody back from his dating history. She's interning at a sports network and was hoping to get on her boss's good side by having an exclusive interview with Brinkson's star pitcher. At first, he wasn't going to do it because he's hanging out with Thea, but Thea said that he should do the interview, that they both should, and Nessa agreed, and Damon wasn't sure about it, but Thea was all for it. When they went to go do the interview, Damon's part was cool, but Thea, on the other hand, got a little upset when Nessa brought up her injury and about maybe it would be harder for her to make a comeback. That's a touchy subject, I get it, and I wonder if it's weighing on her because she took those shots so she can get better. Thea ended up leaving the interview, and after that, Damon went back to his dorm room to find Thea waiting there for him. She went from upset to happy, but we'll talk about that later. Damon wanted to make sure that she was sure about doing it because she was mad earlier. He didn't want it to be because of the interview, Nessa, and that she was acting a little bit different. She wasn't acting like herself. Of course, she got upset and she told him that she did the interview because she thought it would make Coach Lonnie know it was a mistake to try to sit her out. Then she left. I will say, Thea is acting strange throughout this episode. Before they head out for the game, Damon gets confronted by Orlando because Simone accidentally let it slip that he recorded Damon, but JR stopped it real quick and told him to handle that after the game. Jumping to the game, and they're doing pretty good. In the stands, we see Nessa and Thea talking. Nessa tried to apologize to her, but Thea let her know that she was just doing her job. Nessa did admit that she wanted Damon to see she's not the same insecure woman that he dated back in the day. Thea couldn't believe that she was insecure, and Nessa said that she was young, struggling, and way too in love. She told Thea that she's a force to be reckoned with, and she's known Damon for a long time, and he's his best version when he's with Thea, and that it's probably the same for her. At this point, you could see something was on Thea's mind. She excused herself and left. We don't know what happened after she left that game, but I appreciate the honesty for Nessa about the whole thing. Just wish maybe, not sure yet, that conversation would have done Thea some good. Damon been going out this whole game. He's on the verge of having a no-hit game, but the umpire kept having bad calls, and Marcus and Jesse started noticing that. After another pitch, Damon got heated and was asking him, where's the strike zone? Marcus was about to go onto the field, but Jesse took his spot instead. I said, look at him being a father. He was trying to calm him down, and the umpire told him to get his player, and Jesse turned around and said, answer his question, where's the strike zone? Damon had said one more thing as he walked off, and the umpire threw him out of the game. Jesse started standing up for him, and he got thrown out as well, which means Marcus is the coach this time. That was messed up how they did him. He was on a roll, and also shout out to Jesse for being there for his son and not just as a player. Jesse and Damon are in the locker room and he tells them that he did good work out there and no one can take that away from him. He tells him, thank you, coach. I was like, there you go, Damon. That's a good start. Although I do wonder, I don't know how the time works in this show, but if he's been going to that diner every Wednesday like he said, well, nah, he's doing good now. Since Damon was out of the game, Orlando said he wanted to take over pitching, and the song that they played when he was pitching was on point. I like watching these games. It kind of reminds me when we watched the football games and original series All-American. I hope we get more baseball games in the future as well. They ended up winning the game and they beat the team that they were nervous to face against. Damon pops up after Simone is talking to Orlando and it looks like things are good. They squashed everything. He was wanting to know where was Thea and Simone let him know that she left after the second inning. In the next scene, Jesse shows Marcus a paper that he's resigning and that when he went out on that field, it was in defense of his son, not a player. And when Damon thanked him, it was being a coach and not his father. As long as he's a coach, he will never see him as his dad and it's not helping his relationship with JR. He wants to show his boys that they come first. Marcus thought the board wouldn't agree, but Jesse let him know that they will once Samara gets done with them. She's going to bat for him. This man, Marcus, back in the head coaching position. He deserves it. He's been doing nothing but helping everyone the best that he can. Thea goes to Damon's dorm room. He was a little upset that she left the game, and she told him that she went to go tell Coach Lonnie that she will be playing tennis, and he asked her what's going on with her. She's not herself. The highs are really high, and her lows are pretty low. That's when she tells him that she's been taking the shots. He thought they decided she wouldn't be doing that, and she let him know it's her decision, but she did quit. Thea decided that she's going to find herself again. She almost put herself at risk during that situation on campus singing karaoke and trying to go away for the weekend. I can see what she means, but it's like she's going backwards now. And remember what her mom said before, her parents want her to have fun and sometimes balance tennis with it. It's okay to take your mind off of tennis for a little while. That's what Simone's doing. Damon tells her that he loves her, but she replies she can't lose herself in him. At this point, she tells him that she wants a break from the relationship. Thea, I get she wants to focus only on tennis, but you gotta have balance. If you push too much, it will keep affecting you on the tennis court emotionally and physically. Those things she mentioned earlier is what her mom wanted for her. Have fun. It's nothing wrong being around people that care about you or out doing karaoke. Take your mind off of stuff, that way you'll be calm and come back stronger to tennis. Simone in this episode has some stuff to deal with. Her saying something was going to happen with tennis because she usually hasn't won more than 6 matches in a row. Drama between Damon and Orlando, and also we see Layla pop up. We know that Damon told her that Orlando leaked his practice video. The first attempt she tried to ask him didn't really happen. Her and Keisha are talking about it, and that's when Layla popped up. She was not happy to see her at all. The reason she's there is because Patience is on tour and she has some dates in that town, and she introduces Patience choreographer Rita, who happens to be a Princeton alum, and she's showing Layla around. Keisha got excited and asked her did she study under Dr. Pace, and she said something like that, and she will be stopping by the classes. With that response, you can tell it wasn't good. Nothing too major happened, but it wasn't no excitement there. Layla was trying to talk to Simone, and she was trying to avoid it as much as possible, but Layla invited her to the show, which she did go to. While there, Keisha's talking to Rita, and she tells her that she did a good job in class. Rita asked her how she's handling the pressure, and she said she's fine most days. It turns out that the professor does mid-semester cuts from the class and not just end of the semester. Even Rita got cut from the class as good as she is. Once she got cut, she went to New York and trained a lot, and years later, she got her big break. Keisha asked her why did she come back, and she said because Pace has connections everywhere. You can tell by the look on Keisha's face, she's getting a little bit more nervous and pressure on her. Simone did get mad at Layla during the event, and she was not trying to hear what she had to say. This dude Orlando had walked into that building for 2 seconds and got pulled right back out by Simone. You know these two about to get into a disagreement. Simone told Orlando that Layla's dating her ex, and he said instead of having a secret relationship behind her back, she flew all the way there to tell her. Simone about to do what Simone about to do, which is get mad, and she even let it slip saying that he recorded and leaked Damon's practice. He told her instead of judging people, maybe ask questions and listen. You got that right. This is about like the second or third time that she gets mad at him or people and then storms off and doesn't want to hear it, only to come back around and say that the person was right. Layla decided to show up and talk to Simone at the gym, and she was keeping up with them workouts for a minute. They started talking, and Layla mentioned how Jordan was there for her during what she was going through and that they didn't plan anything, it just happened. She didn't want any guy, especially Jordan, to come between them. She wanted to save their friendship. I know this is tough for Simone because that's her friend and her ex, 2 people that she cares about. In the next scene, Cam stops by Keisha. She's freaking out a little bit because of dance class, and she found out that Dr. Pace makes mid-semester cuts, and that the people that she cut were really good. He tells her that she's doing good and that they'll hang out later. And long story short, she doesn't meet up with him for dinner. In the next set of episodes, she's going to be putting a lot of pressure on herself when it comes to dance class. I just hope everything works out for her eventually. At the baseball game, Simone's talking with Amara, and she's giving her some advice helping her out. It was later revealed that Orlando did leak that video. It wasn't about Damon. He realized that there was no place at his college and he couldn't transfer unless Damon was committed to Hawkins, so he forced him to make a decision. Simone lets Orlando know that she's upgrading them to friends. It's still a little shady, but I guess I can see what he means, and I appreciate him telling the truth on the whole situation. Simone meets up with Layla again and tells her that she wants her and Jordan to be happy, and for her to be happy for them, it has to be from afar, and that their vortex thrives off messy, but she's looking for less mess in her life. It was sad seeing how Layla looked, and I know how hard it was for Simone. If I remember correctly, I don't think they hung out as much, but it was enough for them both to consider their friendships. Simone handled that situation quite well, and then later she got a text from Coach Lonnie. It seems like they doing this either in the mid-season or season finale that she always gonna get a text from the coach. We about to get to the good part. I thought it was about her getting bumped out of her spot because of Thea coming back. She walked into that room and you see Amara and Coach Lonnie. She tells her that her drug test came back and that it tested positive for a banned substance, which means she got suspended from the team. She's about to be fighting for people to believe her and for her to get back on that team. I don't know who did this. It could be Thea, maybe Rome, and if you want to throw in a third person, it could be Tootie. But either way, that's messed up if Thea did that to get back on the team. She doesn't play when it comes to her playing tennis. JR in this episode, it was a little more centered around him and Gabby. While JR was talking to Gabby in the beginning, Cam could see something between those two. Later on, she was helping him out in his dorm room with his game day look. She gave him these flip-up glasses. He over here looking like Dwayne Wayne. We see you. If y'all know who that is, he's from a show called A Different World. It's a pretty good show to watch. It did look like they was about to have a moment, but Jesse popped up because he had to ask him something. JR ran into Cam and he was telling him that he didn't hang out with Gabby because he seen something between them. JR said, nah, they just friends, but Cam was like, he gave him a push, the rest is up to him, and it would be a shame to let a good woman like Gabby go. Before the game starts, JR and Gabby are texting each other. He tells her that it's one specific person that he's thinking about a lot, and he tells her that it's her. She did not respond, and he had that look like he done messed up. He told her he liked her as a friend, but she said she didn't want their moment to be over text, so it seems like they're together now. We all knew this was coming. Overall, good episode of mid-season finale. We got the mystery of who could have messed with Simone's test, and how will Thea be acting in these next set of episodes. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below what did you think about this episode, and what was your favorite part from it. Here's some more All-American Homecoming content to check out. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.